The Lakers report is presented by Manscaped. Day one of NBA free agency is well underway. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. with you, breaking it all down here on the Lakers report. And Chase, a couple of signings coming through in the last few minutes. Let's start with Trevor Ariza signing on a one-year deal. Contract details to be announced. I think it's probably going to be for the vet minimum.
Look, because the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook, he's got a base salary this upcoming season of more than $44 million. And when you analyze his style of play, he's not a good, consistent, or competent outside shooter. Now, are the Lakers going to be very exciting with Russ, LeBron, and AD? There's no doubt. But the biggest point of emphasis for the Lakers going into free agency was getting floor spacers and shooters. And they've done that with these two moves that we're breaking down here on the Lakers report. Trevor Ariza coming back to his hometown. He played high school ball at Westchester. He went to UCLA. He's been in the league since 2004. Him and LeBron James, I'm sure, have a bevy of stories. And for the Lakers, I love this deal. It's only going to be 1 year. I imagine it's going to be so cheap, like the veterans minimum. And Trevor Ariza, at this point of his career, given how long he's been in the league, is a guy who has a bunch of playoff experience. He's played in so many big games. I understand he's 36 years old, but I think Trevor Ariza can still play. Last year, he shot around 36% from distance. Those are really solid numbers for Trevor Ariza, and this has been a guy who's been getting it done for a really long time. In terms of his fit, going alongside LeBron, Russ, AD. Trevor Ariza basically fills a Ben McLemore-like role. He's not going to give you the athleticism of Ben McLemore, but I'd argue Trevor Ariza is a better shooter. 37% from distance 2 years ago. The last 2 years, even though this guy is older, which is definitely something that you have to talk about, when you're paying somebody this little and he fills an area of need, this is very, very smart by Rob Pelinka and this Lakers organization to address a massive need, which is shooters.
Yeah, look, he's not going to come in here and shoot 44% from three, but he'll shoot in the mid-30s. He'll play some good defense. You're not going to ask him to, give you 35 minutes a night. He'll give you 8 to 12 minutes probably on most nights, and he'll play a good role because that is what he is at this point in his career. You got to fill out your roster with vets like this. I love this signing from Los Angeles. Do you like the Lakers signings? We'll talk about another one coming up in just a few moments. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let's hear it right now down in the comments section. Do you like what Los Angeles has done here on day one of free agency? I love the signing of Wayne Ellington. Be curious to see, Chase, could this be for the mid-level? Because he had a really good season last year for the Detroit Pistons.
If I'm a veteran player, especially somebody who's somewhat limited, like an Ariza or Wayne Ellington, at this part of their careers, I'm not disrespecting these guys, and I'm looking at places that I can go. And I can team up with LeBron, AD, live in Los Angeles, and really have a great opportunity to chase a ring. And I can get a bunch of open looks because Russ, LeBron, AD, all going to be going toward the hoop with full steam. And I can kind of camp out on the perimeter, which saves my legs. And I can get a bunch of open looks and shots up. I want to go to Los Angeles. And for Wayne Ellington to go to the Lakers, this is one of my favorite value signings in the early portion of free agency. Last year with the Detroit Pistons, this guy was a stud. He is still one of the more premier knockdown three-point shooters in the league right now. He shot more than 42% from long range last year. I don't expect that figure to dip down at all. And Wayne Ellington gives this team a boost offensively with his ability to stretch the floor and be a floor spacer, a guy who you can consistently rely on to hit buckets, not just in the first three quarters. Wayne Ellington can also give you clutch minutes as well. This guy still has some really good gas left in the tank. And 2 years ago, Wayne Ellington was also good. So I really like Ellington to the Lakers. I think, once again, him and Ariza, 1 year deals. They're both cheap. I'm not sure if this is going to be the MLE, mid-level exception. Either way, I know that these guys inking those 1 year deals, they're not going to be fat in terms of price tags, and that's exactly what the Lakers had to do because they are very cap-strapped.
Yeah, so a couple of 3-and-D type of signings here, especially 3-and-D for Ariza, more just shooting for Wayne Ellington from three-point range. What do you guys think is the better move? Type TA for Trevor Ariza, type WE for Wayne Ellington. I actually would argue that Wayne Ellington gives you more right now, Chase. I think he can bring more offensively. Sure, Ariza, defensive matchup guy that you can throw in there, but Ellington was good last year, man. I thought they should have traded for him at the trade deadline. They decided not to. Now you sign him in NBA free agency. So I'm going to go with WE for Wayne Ellington.
I'm with you. I think Ariza is more of a catch-and-shoot guy who can play a little defense. Wayne Ellington, you can use him in half-court sets coming off screens and curls. Wayne Ellington is going to be a very, very good player in this Lakers rotation.
Trevor Ariza and Wayne Ellington are wing now moves. Well, you want to win in the bedroom, go to Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code LAKERS to get the Lawnmower 4.0 because you show up and you're looking scraggly downstairs. Your girl is going to run out of there so fast and you're going to have blue balls and nobody wants that. Get the Lawnmower 4.0 for 20% off at manscaped.com. Promo code LAKERS. Chase, this product is 20% off with our promo code, and it is absolutely fantastic.
It was a no-brainer for the Lakers to address two needs, which is shooters. It's a no-brainer for you to cop the Lawnmower 4.0, 4 interchangeable blades, a battery life that lasts forever. It's also waterproof. This looks like something that was built in a lab out of like the Transformers or something, and it operates like that too.
It does.
The best thing is that I
Battery
absolutely
life.
love about it, if I use it in the nether region, if I use it on my hair, my beard, my chest, my back, it doesn't like rip you apart and cut you up. Really good safeguard technology.
Manscaped.com, promo code LAKERS. Go ahead and get the Lawnmower 4.0 for 20% off plus free shipping. All right, Laker Nation, you guys have wanted it. Dwight Howard back with the Lakers, I assume for a one-year deal. Contract details to be determined.
Laker fans know more than anybody that Dwight Howard is not washed. He was really good in a backup role with the Sixers last year. He was even better 2 years ago with the Lakers and played a pivotal role in that team winning that NBA championship in the NBA bubble. Is Dwight Howard the player that he was in his prime when he was catching lobs 2 feet above the rim and blocking shots like crazy? No. Can he still be a steady contributor and give you very solid minutes at backup center? Yes. Would I rather have Dwight Howard at this point of his career, given the price tag, more so than a guy like Andre Drummond? The answer to that question for me is yes. Andre Drummond is going to give you a little bit more offensively, but I like Dwight Howard's toughness. I like that he can still defend, block shots, rebound, catch some lobs. He's become a much better free throw shooter. Last year, backing up Joel Embiid in somewhat limited minutes, 7 points, 8.5 rebounds. He gave you a block shot per night, still brings you energy as well. Laker fans know the value that Dwight Howard possesses, and now you're looking at 3 deals. I got to give the Lakers so far in free agency an A because of how fiscally responsible they are, but also addressing areas and bringing in players that I think are going to have key roles on this roster with Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, and Dwight Howard. I'm in on the Lakers and what they're doing right now.
Look, letting Dwight Howard go and bringing in Montrezl Harrell,
Proved to be costly.
That was a miss for the Lakers. They missed Dwight last year, especially when Anthony Davis went down. I think he plays a vital role on this team this upcoming year. Your excitement level over Dwight's 3rd stint in Los Angeles. Scale it from 1 to 10, 1 being you think he's a stiff, a bum, a scrub, 10 being, hey, we missed this guy last year. I am fired up. I got to give it a 9 or 10, Chase. I think for cheap, the role he plays, all that stuff you just described, it's an absolute home run to get Dwight Howard back to Los Angeles. Now, Laker Nation, get the Lakers report to 40,000 subscribers. We are just 2,700 subscribers away as we sit at 37,365. Hit that big red button. Do not miss any of our coverage on your purple and gold. Hey, free agency is just getting started, baby. YouTube.com/LakersTV. Chase, myself, the entire Chat Sports team will have you guys covered throughout free agency.